of them. I made 100 packets of them. Sorry. Couple things. I'm just going to share a personal experience that when I went to the seminar. Oh, for Daryl. And I learned lots of things, and I tried to change a lot of things that I was doing, and I changed so much at one time that I sort of took myself out of the equation. So I had to kind of take a step back and reevaluate. But one of the things I did learn was that a couple of director people that I've become good friends with they go on parties with their new consultants to help them gain their confidence. So they might they're obviously going to do the go party, and they might go on their first party or their second one even, to continue to give them that support until they feel comfortable. Obviously you can bring them on training with you as well, but if your book is a little shaky, if you go with them on their parties, they're still going to get the training because you're going to be doing it, okay, or letting them get their feet wet a little bit. So a couple of things, another things that I started doing was I have party folders, and in the past I'd always put something, like maybe in January is coming, so I'll put a modular make storage chart in there, but there's always recruit information in there too, the current Say Yes, the Confident Start. There's also some other pages, and I have the handouts, but apparently we run out.
So these are some of the things that she chooses from. Like one per folder, not in every folder, but top 10 reasons to start a Tupperware business.
Yeah.
Or where will the party take you?
Yeah, 60 days can change your life.
That's this one.
And so they always go in the folder, because as I'm talking to people and I'm saying, okay, ladies, inside your folder, I want to make sure, this is to remind me of what I need to do. Make sure in your folder you have the catalog, the flyer, the current sales flyer in order form. Oh, and by the way, there's also some information about our company. If you've ever considered trying something like this, and I give them a couple figures on what they make roughly on an average party. And then every hostess, obviously, in their party packet, if they don't date at the party, if they date, if there's somebody that dates from the hostess, they get it in the packet that I mail to them, with a little note that says, gee, did you ever think about this? Take a look at this information, we'll talk about it, I'll give you a call before the party, or I'll talk to you before the party. That's basically, I just make sure that I talk about it, and it amazes me, because even with modern technology, I had a referral from the company that somebody hit my website, and she wanted to buy some products, so I told her I'd get a catalog to her. Well, I couldn't get to the post office because I'm not allowed to drive yet. So I actually took a picture of the Say Yes thing and sent it to her, and said, I'll be mailing the catalogs out to you. So I had my husband take it the next day or two. And then she called me, she says, well, tell me a little bit more about it. And I recruited her. I've never met the woman. I hope she's a nice lady. She's a very, I don't, jump in and get your feet wet, but, if she's not nice. Yeah. So I'm gonna let Erin take it away.
Okay. So Countdown to Christmas is coming, yeah? So we're all thinking about that, especially today when the snow is flying, it makes us think about Christmas. So this time of year, I just want you to think about, would you like to use our kinds of plastics, bowls, spatulas, tumblers, those kinds of things to pay for Christmas for your family? Or would you like to, come January, use this little rectangle thing that you've swiped everywhere in January, February, March, and April, when your kids are not playing with said items anymore, you're still paying for them because you've got a credit card bill built up. So 2 different kinds of plastic that we can work with here. So when I go to parties, I like to tell people that and tell them, a lot of people are looking for a part-time job right now because they want to be option A. They want to pay cash for Christmas, get it done, and not have to pay it off post-Christmas. So, you girls are sitting right next to me, and I apologize because my team has heard this fairly recently, but it's good training. Are you jumping out, or you're staying, right?
No, I'm staying.
Okay, you just look very packed up.
Can I do Tammy?
So, my friend Alicia is sitting here, and my friend Raven is sitting here, and so Alicia knows the demo, so I was going to ask her if she wants to be Tammy or Mary.
Always
but
Tammy.
Mary, sometimes it's Mary. It's Molly today. So you're Tammy, and so you get to be my friend Molly. So both these girls, they are looking for some Christmas cash. I've got lots of Christmas cash to help them out with. So my friend Molly goes to her favorite retail store, and she finds a job because they're hiring. Hire about anybody this time of year because they're desperate. Just saying. So Molly's gonna work about, she's gonna work 10 hours a week, she's guaranteed that, and her take-home pay is about $10 an hour, okay? So that's Molly's setup. Tammy here I met at a Tupperware party last week, and she was like, oh, this is fun, I kinda like what Erin's doing. She told me for $39 I could have all this stuff shipped out to me and then work my business, then Erin's gonna coach me, so I like it. So she decided to join my team. So Tammy's gonna do 2 parties a week, whatever she wants to. Molly is gonna work when I tell her to, because I'm the boss lady, and she's gonna put in her 10 hours. So week 1, we're gonna do a 4-week demo here. Week 1, Molly Mall, I need you to work week 1. You are gonna start out with Monday and Wednesday, both nights, 4 to 9. Okay, so work that around your job, however your regular job is on top of a regular job. However you need to do that. She gets her 10 hours in, she makes she gets to take home $10 an hour, she gets $100 that week. Week 1, Tammy Tupper. When do you want to do 2 Tupperware parties? What works for your family schedule?
Thursday nights always work really well.
Okay, great.
And I could probably fit one in on Saturday afternoon.
Awesome. So Thursday night she does a party. She does an average Tupperware party, a $500 party. And you all know, when you do a $500 party, you get 25% commission. So how much money are you taking home? $125 it is. So on your first party on Thursday, there's your $125. You're welcome. And then she does another party on Saturday, and she does another average party of $500. So she gets another $125. Week 2. Molly Mall. We're gonna have you work, what did I do last week? Wednesday and Friday? So Friday it is, 4 to 9. That's kind of a standard. And then Saturday I need you to come back at 9 until 2. Is that 5 hours? So she's got her 10 hours in for the week. Takes home $10 an hour, $100 for the week. Tammy Tupper, what would you like to, 2 parties, when do you want to do them this week?
I'm Sunday,
Yeah?
because I'm free, and Wednesday.
Okay, Sunday, Wednesday it is. So Sunday she does a $500 party. She made her $125. Wednesday, she did an average party of $500 and she made $125. Week 3, Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Here you go, Molly Mall.
Black Friday.
But, well, actually, you know what? World's gone nuts. So I need to come in Thursday, Thanksgiving, at 5, even though our store opens earlier, which I think is ridiculous. And so I need you from 5 to 10. And then Black Friday, you don't get out of that one, so I'll need you back at 10 a.m. until 3, and you'll get out on time if you're lucky. So 10 hours, $10 an hour, $100. Week 3 is Thanksgiving, so think about this. When would you like to work? Get your 2 parties in.
I'm gonna get them in early.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna do Sunday, and if I could score Monday.
nice.
Monday Facebook.
Okay, perfect. And I'll tell you guys, Thanksgiving week, I often try to plug in 2 parties on Sunday and just get my parties done for the week. I do a lot of 2 or 3 parties a day when I have those days. So she's doing a party on Sunday, average party of $500, she made $125. Monday night, she's doing a Facebook party in her jammies, and she did
With a glass
$500.
of wine.
I don't get the wine flow until the party's done, because it's trouble. I just said that, because I'm the same way. Yeah, truth, I tried it once, I was like,
I know,
whoa.
yeah.
Those are fast paced, you guys. So she does her Facebook party and relaxes and has her wine when she knows she's scored $125.
That's right, thank you.
Week 4, there's that wine. Week 4, last week, it's right after Black Friday. Everybody's in high shopping mode. So we need you to come in on Saturday at 10, and you are staying with us until 8 for all of your 10 hours for the day. You didn't have any holiday shopping for your family to do
No,
Saturday.
none. I've been
Right.
stuck at the mall.
Yeah, 10 hours, so $100. Last week, 2 more parties. When would you like to work?
I'm gonna do Monday because it's Cyber Monday.
Oh, yes.
To get some people, because they're already shopping.
Yes.
And then Thursday again works the best for my family.
So Monday and Thursday, she does a Monday party, $500, she made $125. She does a Thursday party, average party, $500, she made $125. Guys, 4 weeks have passed. Molly Mall, how much money did you make?
$400 plus
Sweet.
a lot of taxes are probably in
No,
that.
that's your take home. I said this was
Oh,
what you get
okay.
to keep, so you're lucky.
Ooh, 400.
Tammy Tupper, 4 weeks, 2 parties a week, what'd you make?
$1,000.
What? You made how much? You're right.
That's 500 and that's $500. $1,000.
Sorry, your math is good. She made $1,000, okay? But here's the thing, both of them are gonna get a reward at the end of the month because Molly Mall, she faithfully showed up to stock my shelves, do the cash register, whatever we needed her to do for the 10 hours a week that I assigned her. A little bit of complaining because she had to miss a school play, but so be it, you know? So at the end of the 4 weeks, I get to award Molly Mall our Employee of the Month.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And I'm going to give you preferential parking for the next week. You have the Employee of the Month parking spot.
Ooh, look at me.
So Tammy Tupper over here, she did 8 parties in 4 weeks. She made $1,000. She sold $4,000 worth of Tupperware, and you guys all know when you sell $4,000 in any one sales month, she got a $400 bonus. Sweet, you're welcome. Thank you, Tammy Tupper. I do this demo at my parties, and then I give the girls a little dating board or a keychain or something, because Molly Mal's not feeling real good at this time, but Tammy Tupper's all jumping on your team because she's so excited about this money that she's making. So it's just a little demonstration for you to show people how, if you're going to make some cash, if you want to do Christmas cash, here's 2 ways. Which one would you pick?
Where do you get your little money?
Dollar store, ladies. And my 14-year-old bundled up your 125 for it.
And they have really big ones too, which, really big ones, they're easier to handle for people like me. It's big money. Like big bucks on the show.
Big
but-
money is fun.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. I love that, and I've seen that before, but to actually sit here in a closed group and see that, I can't wait to start using it.
Yeah, it takes a little time at your party, but it's powerful.
Give Molly
It is
Mall the
powerful.
small money, but give Tupper
Oh, that's a
the big
great
money.
idea.
It is a great idea. Poor Molly though, she already has a self-confidence issue going out of here.
One of the other things I know that our business leader does, and I don't know, she has the host, somebody at the party help her so that every time someone places an order, she tucks away the money about what they'd make on that order. So if someone placed a $40 order, she'd tuck away $10. And then she'd say, do me a favor and take this over to the hostess, whoever gave her the order. And then at the end of the party, she has to ask the hostess, how much money did I give you? This is how much money you would have made tonight if you had decided to join my team. That's all. I think that's it. So
That was it. Thank
They're real for products. These are American Girl. These are real.
They're real.
No, they're for the kids. No, they're for everyone.
Okay. So, welcome to your vendor show tips and tricks. So, how many of you guys have ever done a vendor show? How many of you guys have ever done a vendor show? How many of you guys have failed at a vendor show? Okay. So today, for the next 8 to 10 minutes, we are going to give you guys some main tips and tricks of what you can do to improve your vendor show, to help you gain parties, recruit leads, everything like that. So now, I'll say myself first. So myself, I personally don't ever do any cash and carry. I do all orders. I talk to everybody right on the spot. Just because you're here to make money and you're not here to spend a lot of money. So if you think about the return on cash and carry items too, you're gonna have to reinvest it to order more to get the profit off of that too. Unless you just have a ton of stock. But what the purpose of your vendor show is your dating, recruiting, and your party sales, right?
Yes. 100%.
So be sure when you are doing it with a display too. This is so different from the first time.
Right.
So you are displaying with a purpose too. So be sure to think of that in mind as well.
And honestly, every single one of you has a business kit, right? And so when I set up my displays, and Leanna's, you can see her display here the same way. Your core kit, then I always focus on a host gift special, and then either a few sale items or my favorite products. I mean, on my personal table, I always have Chip and Dip, and I always have the Zest and Press because I sell those to anyone. But honestly, focusing on those core things, because that's your focus at a vendor show, is dating and recruiting to build your team and to grow.
So one tip that you guys can use too is if you don't sample the hostess gift special, because I know sometimes it's kind of expensive. I mean, it's usually around $100. Sometimes I don't have that extra $100. So what I personally do is I put more higher end items on my table that hostesses can take for their free items and their half priced items. So you're still talking about dating parties, but you're giving them a different aspect of a venture towards it. Like our Micro Pro Grill. That's actually generally where I usually always place my Micro Pro Grill, either on that side or this side of the table. So when people walk by, they pick it up and they're like, holy cow, this is Tupperware? What is this? Yes. So then I begin to tell them about everything that it does. And then when I tell them the sticker shock of it, and then they're like, well, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, so what I tell them is, well, as a consultant, we get 25%, but did you know as a hostess, you get 50%, which means that grill is actually cheaper for a hostess than we can purchase it as a consultant. Then they kind of give you that look like you just did, like, oh, well, wait a minute, but you sell this, and I can get it cheaper than you can get it? So then in their mind, it kind of like flips a switch, like, well, that's a great deal. Everybody likes a great deal. I know I do.
Yeah.
So featuring higher end items is not necessarily a bad thing. If you don't have a grill, feature a piece of cookware, or the pressure cooker, or the smart cooker, or the stack cooker. Something to grab their attention that you absolutely love. Now, I love my grill, don't get me wrong. My husband even loves the grill. It's the only piece of Tupperware he's allowed to use. He knows that. And the orange containers. He's color coded. So when you talk about things, make sure you talk about things that you're excited about, that you use every single day, because I mean, you don't want to come off as, I shouldn't say fake, but like you want to, you know, people can tell if you're lying about a product or not. Like if I talk about something I absolutely hate and I try to sell it to you, you're probably going to know that I really don't use the product a lot, right? So when you're doing that, make sure you're thinking about that too.
I totally forgot where I was going to go with. This is what happens when you start doing this over.
Right?
So really, your display, your focus, your core, make sure you're passionate about what you're doing. You're talking about what you're doing, what you're bringing to the table for them, and how to engage people. Just like Leanna said, when people are walking by, I mean, how many times you do a vendor show and people are like, oh, I don't see them, I'm not talking, I'm not touching.
Nobody says anything to anybody
just
walking
ignore
by.
They're sitting behind the table on their cell phone or reading a book and they're not paying attention. You guys want to make sure you're either in front of the table, right next to the table, engaging with those people walking by. And it could be just as simple as a hi, how are you? Or when they're looking at me like, are my biggest, you can look and touch, I promise, we'll let you. And then usually the husband tries to scoot them away. And then you'll find that the men usually are more quick to engage and actually look and touch and play with the products than the women, because they know if they touch it, they're gonna want it. So, but engaging with those people as they walk by or they're there. Don't just let everybody walk by. I mean, say hi to them, greet them, and do it with an intent of not, will you date me, have a party with me? Do it with the intent, I mean, fine, you can
Will you
those.
date me?
You can date me.
You don't want to date me? I would totally do that. That's just my personality.
But engage with them, you know, get to know them, have a conversation, open it up, let them touch and play with the products and engage them. Don't just go in for the kill. You want to actually work with
Exactly.
them.
Think of it as an open party. If you think of it and you treat it as a party and you give them information, even if you don't know all the information, that's okay. So if you take the silicone molds for instance, say you just got them and you're so excited about that, that's okay. That's all you need to know is you're excited about it and it's new. People are gonna be like, holy cow, I didn't know Tupperware had all of this. All you have to know is that they're non-stick, they're oven, microwave, and freezer safe. That's it. You don't need to know anything else about that, and by the time you see them again, you're gonna know everything there is to know about that silicone mold. So just a couple tips too about information that you should find out before the show starts is how much is the setup fee? If you're the only Tupperware vendor there, make sure that you are the only one there because nobody likes competition. I mean, some people do, but this isn't.
Technically against our contract.
Yeah.
That too.
Your setup hours, make sure that you're getting all the information at least about a couple of days to a week beforehand. So that's generally, I know we just talked about this in the previous one, your organization. So a lot of times you can tell if an event is fairly decent organized by how the information is being delivered to you guys. So say you get the application, you fill it out, and then you hear absolutely nothing from the event organizer at all. Like to me, that's not very well organized because you don't know what time you're gonna be there, if you need a table, if you need a chair, if you need to pack your own lunch, which I highly recommend doing at every vendor show anyways. Thanks, Mom. And if you ever happen to get in a show where I'm at, I'll give you snacks too. I bring enough to go around. Tables and chairs, if it's indoor or outdoor. I actually did an event a couple weeks ago that the host didn't explain if they were indoor or outdoor. People showed up and it was an outdoor event. They came without canopies, they came without chairs, without tables. So be sure you're asking all those key questions too. And this sheet that I'm actually kind of going off of, you guys take a picture of this before you leave if you want. It kind of goes a little bit more in depth of vendor shows. And I do have a PDF I'll be sending the business leaders of this too.
The other thing when you're setting up vendor shows, when you're talking to them, find out who's running the actual event. Is it a church organization running it for the church? Is it the fire department running it for the fire department? Or is it someone who rented the hall to have this event because they're a professional? Make sure you get that information. I found that most community events, fairs and festivals that are actually run by independent organizations seem to do best.
Yeah. So then, do any of you guys do door price slips at your vendor shows? I almost said parties. Technically, it kind of is a party. Okay. So I will pass this around. Now this is just one that I personally made. You guys can use any of the generic Tupperware ones. They didn't have exactly what I was looking for, so I made a different one. So I'll pass that around. And you know at the bottom of the clipboard it says all items must be filled out to be entered to win or something along those lines. So if they don't fill all of the information out, it's just like starting a test. I mean, you write your name on the test, you have to follow instructions, right?
Right.
So if
Yep.
they only fill out their name and their phone number or their name and their email, I don't enter them at all because they didn't read the instructions. So, and that's why I put it nice, big print. So if you do a little busier event, you can put one on each side. Sometimes I do that as well, because nobody likes to wait in line for a free product gift, right? So, oh my gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, follow-ups.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you
Thanks. Good together. So your follow-ups. This is a great tool to use for your follow-ups. What I like to do sometimes is if I'm talking to a person, so say Nicole back there, if you come up and talk to me about a silicone mold, but maybe you can't afford it right now, I will make a note on the door prize slip that we talked about the silicone mold. I'll shoot her a text later in the day saying, hey, we talked about this great silicone mold. I'll let you know when it goes on sale. Or you can, if you're interested in hosting a party and getting it for free, you can do that as well. Make sure you're always following up with those door prize slips. Even if you're not per se doing an actual door prize, you still want to get a lead generation of some sort.
Yeah, you're using it, it says contact us information, that's like, I mean, would we love to date everyone right there at the vendor show? Absolutely, but those slips will be so important for you to continue your business and grow your business, because you may find out while you're talking with them, right now isn't a good time, but when is a good time? And put those notes on there, you know, and don't hesitate to call people and follow up, that's what those slips are for, to help you build and grow your business.
Correct. And make sure your display is fun and inviting. So when you, I mean, you guys see I have twinkle lights up on here. So once we get a little closer to the holidays, I have my actual little dating tree that I made that people can pick ornaments off of. They get a gift inside. So make your display fun. Make it unoriginal. So kind of think outside the bowl a little bit on how you're gonna set your display up. If you guys like these racks too, I told the first group that I'm just remind me to tell every group this. If you guys like these display racks, they are 100% collapsible. The legs come apart. They're $25 at Home Depot and Lowe's. They come in a chrome or a black finish. So if you like them, they're super cheap and they collapse right down. I carry mine in a Sonoma bag. Huh?
They actually just added the ivory.
Makes it look so
See?
nice when
It does.
looks
Here's the
See,
thing,
and that's-
that's exactly it, it's professional, it's welcoming, it's inviting, it's clean, it is not overwhelming, there's not a whole bunch of stuff. This is what we are, quick and easy, and when you're going in and out of the shows, you only wanna take a couple bags.
Yes.
You don't wanna be that person, it takes an hour and a half to pack up and set up. You know, you wanna be able to be in and out, because who's gonna join your team if they watch you drag it all in?
Exactly.
Drag
Drag it all
Just
out.
think about when you go to your parties, see your hostesses, and if your hostesses see you emptying in the whole car to bring into their house, and be like, yeah, I'm not doing anything.
Exactly.
You know, but if you make it look easy, fun, and exciting, people want to be a part of that. So, you know, make sure you're smiling and engaging with everyone, saying hi.
Yes.
Do you thank everyone with the door prizes?
Do I
Like,
thank them?
yeah, after your vendor show's over.
When I remember to, yes. Yes. So like usually I will go through and the people that actually filled them out, a lot of times I will go and I will either send them a catalog in the mail if they didn't take a full, because I don't give out full catalogs, I only give out the sale brochures. I'll make a note on there, or if they talk to me about a specific product, I'll send them something nice in the mail, anything like that. But yes, every now and then I do send little thank you texts.
Yeah, sometimes, usually that's my follow-up. Thanks for stopping by. Just want to let you know this is on special now. Thanks for stopping by.
Or
Just wanna
join my
remind you-
Facebook group, you can do that too.
Yeah, because I don't do it as a door prize. I don't do extra door prizes at my table. I use those slips strictly to get people's information, and I'm very clear with them. I'm not a stalker. My kids like me too much, so, you know, it's just a contact. It's a way for us to follow up with you.
I think there's some.
Yes. I know.
Okay.
Oh,
Just not stay out there.
Excuse me. Parties to do now and some different party things, because if there's one thing we don't want to do right now, it's close your store, because it's holiday time, all the stores are really ramping up. You want to make sure your store is open. So here we have some ideas for you, and I hope that these are some things that you can take home and try yourself. So you started out, girlfriend.
Probably should take one home. Well, I'm gonna start out with something that is my favorite thing to do during the holidays, and that's the Stop and Shop party. Because a lot of people will say, you know, I can't have a party because nobody's gonna come. They're all out doing holiday things and shopping and doing all this stuff. So you tell them that would be great, because what you're gonna have is a Stop and Shop party. I will send reminders to anybody that's on your list, and I will let them know that we're having a Stop and Shop at your house. I put your address, and I put from 6:30 to 8, or whatever time you wanna have it. And your friends, if they're going to the mall or coming from the mall, they can stop at the hostess's house. They get a free gift for coming. You know, you give a little gadget, a citrus peeler or something. And then they can shop, they can have a snack, something to drink, and place their order and go wherever they wanna go. Their stuff will be in before the holidays, and therefore, you're not having to do a demonstration, and people don't have to stay. But I found that over the years, some people say, oh, there's no demonstration. So what I do is I add on my reminder list, and I tell the people that are the hostess, tell your guests there will be a 15-minute demonstration at, say, 7 o'clock. So if somebody really wants to see a demonstration, if they come around 7, I'm gonna do a short demonstration. And then those are the people, I'll give a door prize, that ticket to everybody that stays, and I do a quick little door prize. If they want a demo, they're gonna see one, and that's how I took care of that, and people love it. If they don't wanna see it, they just leave. And a couple other suggestions for the Stop and Shop is, I use a lot of index cards and make little tent cards. And when I do that, I have little notes, you know, this is a BOGO, or what the price is, or what the catalog number is, or the page number, or whatever, so that if they're looking at my table that I have set up, a lot of their questions are answered before they even think to ask me. So I do tent cards. I give them a gadget for coming. I do put up an easel that talks about recruiting, hiring for the holidays, talk to me. I have hiring for the holidays and then some, okay? If you want, I do one about dating, I do an easel about dating. You could take your 12 days of Christmas calendar, that's a great thing, and have dates circled. And just say, look, your friends are gonna wanna do last minute shopping for people who they are hard to buy for. They're gonna be able to do all that last minute stuff, and you're gonna get a chance to talk one-on-one with anybody who stops in. It can be an hour, it can be an hour and a half, but you can do a lot of those, and people like that, because they don't have to stay. So that happens to be my favorite one. So that's a Stop and Shop party. It's simple, it's easy, and
Awesome.
anything.
One of the things that I love to do is a Black Friday party, because everyone loves to go out shopping on Black Friday, so why not take advantage and stay at your own house and make some money? I've done it for several years where I actually use our breakfast maker, and I'll say, come stop on your way home from the mall, or on the way home from the mall, or on your way to the mall, and have an omelet. So they can sit, make an omelet, put their toppings on it, you know, so you can demonstrate your fridge smart with all your different vegetables that you cut up. That's the breakfast maker, and it's just a really easy, fun thing, and you have a bunch of specials there too. So definitely have a Black Friday sale. I'll do one other since my voice is working, then I'm gonna let you go back.
Okay.
Another one I love to do is the mommy and me party. This is a time of year where, you know, the kids like to shop too, so what I'll do, and I'll do a mommy and me party and either make like some candies, and you'll see on this sheet that we gave you, one of them is a candy making
I'm
class.
talking about that.
Oh, you're gonna talk about that one?
I'm telling a little about that, yeah.
So, one of the things that I was gonna say is, you can take the $5 cookie cutter, you can actually melt chocolate and put in the cookie cutter and put it in a plastic bag and tie it. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, but when I do a mommy and me, I like to have little things that are like $5 to $10 so the kids can buy something for their mom for Christmas, and then you can have them put them in a little gift bag, like break sets up, like maybe the snack cups, a little water bottle, sandwich containers, just a sandwich container and a snack cup, whatever you do, snack cups with candy in it. So a mommy and me party is kind of fun because the kids feel kind of like they're shopping, so that's a fun thing to do too.
And then it gives the moms a chance to bring the kids with them. So they're not gonna be running around, they'll be with mommy, especially if they're a little bit older.
Do
Now,
you usually have the mommy and me's like at your house? Or do you have them have it at their house, like they're the host? And
Yep, same thing as any other party, just a mommy and me party. Yep. Yep.
whatever works. The other one, Vicky kind of touched on, she mentioned, I wanted to hit her, but that's okay. It's called the Can Do Party, and she is right. Did you ever have somebody say, I really don't have parties at my house? And a lot of them will say, my husband doesn't like me trying to sell things to people, to our friends. And what do you say to those people? Have one anyway, or you could always suggest doing it with a friend. However, you could say, you know what, Robin, I know you really don't like to have parties where people buy, but why not give back? It's that time of the season, and if you had a little get together, we could have everybody bring a couple canned goods or however many they want. Okay, I will have a brown bag for them to put their canned goods in. And as your guests come, I'm gonna let them sign their name on the brown bag, okay? And then, depending on where you wanna, donate, it could be a church, it could be wherever, someone you know, we could put a name on there, okay? And let everybody know that it's gonna all be donated to that group. And then if you get credit and you don't wanna take it for yourself, same thing like Vicky said, donate it to somebody, all the hostess credit, someone who needs Tupperware would love to have that. I mean, that would warm somebody's heart. If somebody did that for me, I'd be thrilled to death. Let's see, now, and either she can donate it or you can go to wherever. But I thought I'd have them sign in because this way they feel like they're being recognized for what they're doing and it's making somebody feel better. But at least the hostess then doesn't feel like they're shopping so that she can get all the stuff, okay? You want me to do another one so you can, okay? You talked about a candy making class. Call it a class. If they say, oh, everybody's so busy, who's got time? Well, let me tell you, if I could do a class and teach your friends how to make their own candy, they're gonna come because it's worthwhile, and we're gonna do it in an hour. It's gonna be a quick, easy candy making class. It's gonna help them save money. Because if you make your own candy compared to buying your candy, or even drizzling chocolate over popcorn, that's something people don't know to do. And go to the store, go to Watson's, or, well, I don't know where you all are from, but anyway, you can spend a lot of money on that chocolate-covered popcorn. Anyway, I have one quick recipe. I don't think it's on anything, that's why I'm gonna have you jot it down if you want, okay? And this is for, you've maybe even made it before. It's chocolate-covered pretzels. Okay, so you would bring some I'm gonna say 1 pound of chocolate wafers, the kind you can buy in the grocery store. Okay, put them in a piece of Tupperware. God bless you. She's at least quiet. I sneeze, the world knows. You can put your chocolate wafers in a piece of Tupperware. Then a cup of crushed salted pretzels. Okay, you can bring your chopping prep and chop up your pretzels in there. 1.5 cups of salted peanuts, okay? Chop those in your chopping prep. And then you want, let's see. So we're gonna chop the nuts and the peanuts, and then you're gonna melt the chocolate if you have a vent and serve. I use those because you can pour from the corner. It's like something with a pour spout. And so you're showing some products at the same time. And then 2 minutes on high to melt your chocolate, that's about all it takes. And then all you do is lay down some, you pour the chocolate over the peanuts and the pretzels, okay? And you gotta be quick about it, okay? You have a sheet of wax paper. All you have to do is, or your silicone mat, yeah. Or that would be.
Yeah, that was smart.
But I'm from the old school, you know?
Didn't have them back in the day.
No, I didn't. And you're gonna spread a thin layer of this chocolate with all the pretzels and nuts in it, and just let it set. It's gonna harden, and you're just gonna break it into pieces. It's like a bark. And then have some products there that you could put it in, put a bow on top. The product itself is the container, the gift, and you can give it away. So they learned how to make some chocolate, or some pretzels. They learn about products, and now you're giving them ideas for how to use it as a gift for the bus driver and the monitor or whoever is on the bus and people like that. So that would be, if you give them suggestions for gifts, they're gonna buy some stuff. So that's the candy making class. Call it a class, don't call it a party. Because you say party, they think, oh God, clean the house, cook the food, clear out the family. Get together makes it sound, or a class makes it sound very, very different. Okay?
I'm gonna tell you just quickly, about how I do an open house, and I'm talking in a nutshell, because we wanna go through a couple of the objections and a couple other things. I'm gonna give you a few different ideas. Do an open house, do it at your house, just pick a date when you don't have a party. I like to put a lot of sets together, so they can just take them and go. And I mean, there's easy stuff, whether it be a water bottle with a little notepad or something in it. Make things that are very low end, that are a great teacher gift, Secret Sister, whatever. And then go, middle up right into high end. And just make a bunch of different sets. They can cash and carry the sets. Maybe you have some samples that are not in the flyer, you're not in the catalog anymore, make up some gift sets, make them cash and carry, and boom, you're gonna get rid of products, you're gonna date new parties, you're gonna put some money in your pocket. Another thing I wanna tell you is, I do this, at my parties from October right on through the holidays. I will put an extra order form with a Christmas sticker on it and write wish list on it, whether this is husband, mother, aunt, sister. I tell the people at my party, if you really love a whole lot of things and you want, it's kind of like a gift registry. If you want me to let somebody know what's on your Tupperware gift registry, then go ahead and fill this order form out and put the information on for your husband, your mother, your sister, whatever. Leave that order form with me. And then I contact the person and say, you know, your wife Robin gave me a wish list if you need some ideas for Christmas. And I've actually wrapped things for husbands and given to them, and they're like all so excited. And I've actually had husbands that have called me year after year after year, hey, has she told you what's on her list this year? So that's just another way to get some extra added sales in when you're looking at your watch. Make sure you also print this sheet off the catalogs and brochures site. This has all the items that are $25 and under. So we didn't get to everything we wanted to, but I hope.
But we have additional pass outs here. This one, correct?
Here, not use social media for their Tupperware business? You don't? Does anybody here not use it? So you guys all use it? Okay. Yeah, I see you every week. Alright, so you guys are all familiar then, correct? I didn't look this way when I said you don't. Okay, you don't, okay.
Good for you.
Good for you.
To kind of. A
What?
lot of people don't like to sell. They don't think Tupperware is still around, so they don't want to buy anything.
Wow, I think you've heard some of the numbers that were here today, so they're definitely buying. Talk to more people. Yeah, that's all.
People around here.
Jeanette's here.
James vendors don't want to buy.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
from our area, they don't, social media doesn't work.
oh well, but you know what? All the better seeing people in person, and that's actually what I'm getting to with the first statement here is that Tupperware's viewpoint is that social media is the more, not the core of the business. We're founded on, think about it, the home party, right? That's how we got started, right? So, having said that, I'm not ignorant to the fact that some people have to do Facebook parties, and that's it. That's their whole business. I mean, I met a director at the director's training in September, and she did everything Facebook parties. But when she came into the training for the director training, she was a little bit lost, and it wasn't what she was kind of expecting. I mean, everybody else thought it was amazing. She did too, but I'm just saying she was a little bit lost in that if you're not out there talking to people, it's hard to get, datings and off of parties on Facebook. Anyways, okay. So one way to use Facebook is the more, not the core, is if I have a home party, say in a couple weeks from now, and I know that host does not want to give me addresses, right? So she's not giving me addresses, I can't send out invites. You could either one of two ways do an event for her or a group for her, a closed group I suggest, not private and not public, but closed, or an event, depending on your host and how much you think she's going to be involved, to invite people to her house. What you have to be a little bit leery of is make sure that if you're doing it that way, the only thing you're using this group or event for is to encourage people to come to her house, because you don't want it to turn into a Facebook party if it's supposed to be a home party, right? So I'd put things in there like a Tupper Connect for people out of state, to order. I'd be doing a countdown. I used to do this all the time. I haven't done it in a while. I mean, I either been doing the home parties lately without the Facebook. I haven't been mixing them. I have to start mixing them a little again. But I used to do the countdown every day, like 5 days left till party day, woohoo, and just something fun. Every day, something like that. I didn't post the sales. I put a joke up, a little caricature thing or something, just so they're anticipating it. So then the night they get there, they only have a couple days till the party closes. I try not to keep my parties open for more than I usually close them on Friday. There's different theories of thought with that. Thursdays, so you're ready early, but I do Fridays.
So that way, if I'm having it Wednesday and it's closing Friday, there's a sense of urgency to order. Because had I been posting things for a week ahead, now they're looking through it, and by the time the party comes or whatever, they're talking themselves out of a purchase. You know what I mean? Do you ever go in the store and overbuy, and you're like, okay. Then you go in and you look at a couple things, you walk away from it, you come back after you really thought about it, maybe buy half of what you're gonna buy. So that's how I incorporate using that. But you have to, having said that, you have to prep your host to make sure they talk to everybody individually, especially if it's an event, because the people will not, in the notifications, they're not gonna accept that event invite unless your host is talking to them individually or messaging them individually, not in a group. But if you do a group, then kind of everybody automatically sees it in the group. So, but she still should definitely be talking to people individually to get them to her house and keep her excited and all that great stuff. VIP groups, so your sales VIP group, did you guys get those? Yeah, okay. I do mine. I find the best way to do it is closed. If it's private, your friends can't add friends. If it's public, it's gonna constantly go through the news feed, and it's a surefire way for you to lose a bunch of friends, because people don't want to buy Tupperware every day. I mean, we want them to, but they don't want to. They don't want to see it going through every day. You know what I mean? They want to see it when they want to see it. So, or you have your fanatics and whatnot. There is the rule about the 80-20 rule. So what that is, basically, it's a theory that's, I'm sure very well looked at, that people have actually figured this out. But about 80% of your posts and things like that should be fun stuff, or cooking demos, games, just fun things. And then 20% should be sales. Because if you're putting a tons of sales in there, they're just gonna tune out. If every day you're trying to sell them this bowl, I don't want to see this friggin' bowl anymore. I've seen this bowl every day for a week. You could pump them up for it. Be like, you know what? I'm gonna go on live on Wednesday and show you guys the sales that are ending Friday. So be prepared to order, and show them that way. They like lives and stuff like that,
Can I just say, didn't somebody say at Jubilee, for every one sale post, you should post 3 of your 3 product information or
and product
like
information,
that.
whatever, anything that's not a buy this thing. Yeah, so that would be 75-25. You had to correct me.
Oh, I didn't think I'm sorry.
No, I'm only kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, it's close enough to 80. It's around 80. No, I'm only kidding.
But just to break it down,
yeah,
a smaller number, because I'm not.
Exactly what she's saying. So that's good. You're right. It makes it simpler. So for every one sales pitch you're putting out there,
3 pictures or a joke
or informational
recipe.
Recipe live, whatever.
Videos. I do personally, sorry, I don't want to overtake,
not.
but I do, if I make something in my pressure cooker, I'll take a 20-second video of me mixing it or something and post it up there.
Yeah, your little chopper, use all week, something like that. Just real quick, take out your phone, You don't even have to get yourself on it. You can just show it at least, right? So, okay, before she rings the bell of Facebook parties, here's another thing real quick. I don't think I said it to this group. So one of the things I do to add more people in, did I mention this? I'm sorry, I've said the same thing so many times now. I'm starting to lose it. When you're doing a game to incorporate more people being added, I didn't say it? Okay. So if I have a water bottle or something, say it's Wednesday, I don't make my games like that go too long, maybe 3 days at the most. So it's Wednesday, I tell them, hey, contest. I always put a big contest sign. Giving away a water bottle Friday, or 2 water bottles, or prize, in a bag, not let them know what it is, make it whatever. For anybody who adds, you get a ticket into it. For anybody who adds 3 friends that they think might like Tupperware. And I specifically say don't add your whole friends list, just 3 friends. I've only done it a couple of times over the last couple of years, but I'll tell you, I have to do it again. I've gotten a recruit from doing that, from somebody who was added that I didn't know otherwise, and she's been active for a year now. She's not a superstar, but she stays active. She gets her sales in, so that's pretty cool, I thought. I've gotten a couple of hostesses that way, and I've gotten a number of customers doing that contest. So it's a good way to get people you wouldn't know otherwise. I'm not really good, and I know they say to do it, and I'm not really good at it. When I'm at a party saying, hey, if you want to be part of my VIP group, let me know. Stuff like that, that's great. You should be doing it. I don't, so then I have to think of other ways how to get people in there. And that's why I'm like, hey, I'll do a contest, I'll give you something, you know? But the Facebook parties, you just have to make sure that you're mirroring them towards a home party. Are you guys doing that with your Facebook parties? You haven't done one? I haven't. Really? Oh, I shouldn't say that's good. It's not bad to do them, but I mirror them towards a home party, and that I post one post a day up until the day of the event. I don't just sit there and put posts up in a group and act like it's a Facebook party. It's not. You need to give them a date and a time, just like it's a party. You know what I mean? You're putting your time into this. Don't just go. You could just put them in your VIP group if that's what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? So you make sure they invite people individually, just like a party. You prep them to do that, you keep them excited, and then the night of the party, what I do, the easiest way I found to do it is to go live. If you're comfortable with that, I know some people aren't. I smile a lot, I go live, I'm cheery, and I make sure that my opening's in there, I thank the host to death, you know? I right away, when I do my parties now, home or Facebook, I almost immediately during the introductions, I start talking about the 2 dating sheets. So, because it's no surprise, because everybody knows, and that's what I like too. I'm like, you know, hey, at the home parties, I'm like, want some Tupper bucks, and you know, you get this many extra, and you know, she needs 2 datings right from the beginning. I start, you know, putting that seed in their heads for the whole party. But that's what I'm saying. With Facebook, it's a little bit more difficult because they're not in front of you for you to give them something, you know. But I make sure I incorporate a recruit bid, my iStory, a demo where I'm making food. One of the good things about doing a Facebook, not live, it doesn't matter what it tastes like, you know? So I'll like take stuff literally to show the chopper. I'm like, well, since you guys aren't here, I didn't really buy everything for the salsa, but I'm just gonna show you how this works. And I make sure it's right in front of it so they see it chopping and stuff like that. I'll have all the pieces next to me and everything, the host special, whatever products I'm demoing or talking about, you know, I make sure everything's right there. But I make sure I do a dating bid, I do the recruit bid with my iStory, I do the demo with the product, the closing, and the opening, you know. But, and in the closing, here's the thing, when you do a Tupper Connect, if everybody's ordering through that Tupper Connect, 1, they still need that 175 in book orders, right? And 2, you're not individually getting to talk to anybody. You're taking individual orders, that's the only time that you really get to ask people again, hey, when's the last time you had a party? Or, hey, what did you think about this for some extra money?
Or you spent $60, you now qualify for this.
Yes, yep. Yep.
So this will post tonight on my link is going to come out around 6 o'clock. All right. So then you'll be able to print it for your own personal use. Now, so what's on sale? Everything right here is on sale. Okay. So cake taker, rectangular cake taker, regularly $49. Okay. $44. Oh yeah. Yay. Okay. Season serve. Okay. Regularly $21. $17. Say yay. Come on, we need to hear some excitement. Cereal bowls, normally 25?
Yay!
Breakfast maker, normally 29, 24. There's $5 off. Okay. This one, medium bowl, normally 21. Guess how much it's going to be? Yay, 16. You got it. Okay. So that's really a good deal, right? Right? Do you want a better deal?
Yeah.
Okay, how much better?
I want it all.
I want it all! How much you want it for? 20% off? 30%. 30% off? Okay.
40%.
How about more than 50%?
That works. That works.
Now I need some excitement.
That's a better deal.
All right, so each one of these is $5 off. So if somebody just wants cereal bowls instead of 25, they're going to pay 20. Okay. Now here's where it gets really good. If they take the whole package, it's $147 worth of stuff if they just bought it yesterday. Okay. But if they buy it today, it's only $72. So it's more than 50% off. Now, your girl, Evelyn, she did the math real quick and figured out that it was like 14 and some change a piece, okay? So if you position it like that, and you take the cake taker, which is normally $49 for 14 something, say 15, right? That's like 70% off this item, okay? So this is the way to get it. I mean, if you're gonna pay $49 for this, shouldn't you just buy the whole package, right? Okay? All right, so that's the exciting news, but now nobody's gonna know if you don't tell them, okay? So how are you gonna spread the word, okay? You're all gonna go on Facebook right away, because that's what we do, right? Because we can do it really fast. And how many of you, some of you probably get really good results that way. I do not, okay? I might get a hit or two. Somebody, first class said, if you go live or do a video and announce something like this, like, oh yeah, Tupperware's got a new sale, they're more likely to pay attention to you and you'll keep floating to the top, okay? So that's something about the algorithms or something like that. So that's my Facebook, whatever. It's not from me, it's from somebody else, okay? That's great. But if you have a VIP page, definitely post it there. I mean, why wouldn't you? You know, Facebook is easy and it's fast. There's some other methods that we sometimes forget about. Does anybody still use email? They're like, what's email, right? Okay. I use email. Guess what? I have a very large email list, and I get hits from my email way before I get hits from Facebook. You want to know what happens with Facebook? Somebody posts something, and you go like this, and you go like this.
all the way
Oh,
to
there's
the
the Tupperware lady. Oh, it's the Tupperware lady again. Okay, let's just keep going. And we just keep scrolling down and scrolling down and scrolling down. Now, maybe if you're live and the Tupperware lady's going, yay, and you might like, oh, why is she so crazy today? They might stop, right? But they open their email and you're like, oh, super sale, you know, and you never email. They're gonna go, she never emails. This must really be a good sale, right? Okay, so they might pay attention, okay? So try it. It's free. You already pay for email. We all pay for it. Anyways, okay, then there's text. You can certainly take a screenshot, right? Yes, text it to your key players, okay? Send it to your friends, send it, you know, individual message. Oh my God, I know you were thinking about getting that season serve. Let me tell you, da 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 da. Okay, and then you can pick up the phone and call people. Okay, sometimes it doesn't work. Nobody answers their phones anymore, right? So here's what I'm going to say: call on the phone. Go. Oh my God, it's Eileen from Tupperware. We got this great sale. Da da da. Whatever you want to say. You can say it's Eileen. Give me my number. I'll take the order happily. But you just call them, give them the information, be excited. If you can't be excited, then we're up and down the stairs, so you're out of breath and you sound excited. Or say this 6 times like I did and you sound excited. And then, I am excited though. And then text them and say, check your email. Oh my God, I just left you a message. It's important. Now, they might pay attention to your phone call, okay? They're gonna go, she left me an email. What? Oh, a voicemail? Okay, she must need something, all right. So try that, okay? And then you can take it places, okay? So where can you take it? Where's the number 1 place you're gonna take it? Starts with a P. It's what we do for a living. Parties. Parties. You got it. Yay, ding, ding, give her a ticket. Okay, so your parties. So you're gonna contact your hostesses right away in the next 2 weeks, all right? Or find a hostess in the next 2 weeks. Anybody have any vendor shows coming up? You can do your vendor shows, right? You can put this on the table. Guess what? You can take orders at vendor shows, yes, okay. You can find order takers at vendor shows, yes, okay. You can take it to the bank. Where are you going this week, okay? You going to work? Going to church tomorrow? Going to school? Where are you going? Wherever you're going, this needs to be attached to you somehow, okay? Who are you gonna get to help you, okay? So whether it's your sister, your mother, your best friend, your next door neighbor, okay? Maybe somebody who's really wanted one of these, okay? Get them to pass it around at work, okay? Put them all in a pool. Do some drawings. Whatever you want to do with this. Be creative, but just get people to help you. Because if you find 10 people to show it to 10 people, right? You've doubled the people that have seen it that you couldn't show it to, okay?
Lotto squares.
Lotto squares, I don't know how to create those, but yeah, if you're good at Lotto squares, you can do that. That's a lot of tickets to sell for 700. I mean, because 10 would be, yeah, it's a lot. So, okay, all right. This will be online. Any questions? This will be online at 6. She's like, no, not at all. Who did I not think of? Anybody else have ideas that I did not think of? Come on, somebody's got to have something. Think out of the box. Anybody? No? I'm so good.
I mean, that's 5 gifts for five people.
Good, thank you. Yes, it's 5 gifts, okay? So this is your tailgater, barbecue pit master. The brush is on sale as well, right? Okay, we add that to this order. These are kid 1, kid 2, kid 3, kid 4, kid 2 kids and a mom and a dad, right? Everybody gets their own color, so there's no fighting, right? Okay, and whoever doesn't bring it back is in trouble. Yes, okay. That's how I position it. Your baker, your mixer, and your college student, or the person who never has time for breakfast and can take this to work.